There was no doubting what she had just witnessed. Her blood had restored him. Her blood had restored a monster. Her blood. Sophie once limped under her own banks. The map room was silent. "See you at supper," said the king. He walked out the door. The snake followed his brother, but not before putting his mother's dress on the table and giving Sophie a last glare of warning. As he walked out the door, the scream flew off Sophie with piercing shrieks and chased after Japheth, the door slamming shut behind them. Sophie was alone. She stood amongst the torn wedding books, her hand still seeping blood. Her mouth trembled. Her lungs felt like they were coughing in. It had to have been a trick. Another lie. It had to be. And yet, she had seen it with her very own eyes. It wasn't a trick. It was real. Sophie shook her head, tears rising. How could something so hellish come from her? She wanted this snake dead in the worst possible way, and instead she had restored him to life. After all she had done to protect her friends from him, after all she had done to change, and now she was the lifeblood of the worst kind of evil. Heat rushed to her face, a furnace of fear. A witch scream filled up her lungs, crawling at her throat. A scream that would kill everyone in this castle and crumble it to ash. She opened her mouth to unleash. Then she held it in. Slowly, she let the scream slither back into the recesses of her heart. Past is present, and present is past. That's what the new king said. That's why he was always one step ahead, because he knew people's pasts. And Sophie's past was evil. Evil that for so long had been her weapon. Evil that was the only way she knew how to fight back. But Ryan was too smart for that. You can't beat evil with evil. Maybe to win a battle, but not the war. And no matter what, she could win this war. For Agatha, for Thaddeus, for her friends. But to win, she needed answers. She needed to know who the lion and the snake really were, and why her blood had melded magically with theirs. Until she found those answers, she would have to bide her time. She'll have to be smart, and she'll have to be careful. Sophie gazed at the white dress on the table, her lips curling. Oh, yes, there were other ways to be a witch. Agatha, new allies. After leaving Avalon, Agatha planned to sneak into a neighboring kingdom and find food and a place to sleep. She needed time to think about the Lady of the Lake's strange drawing, time to snatch a crystal ball that was weighing her down, time to plot her next moves. That's all changed when she got to Gillikin. It was past twilight when Agatha crossed into the Elf Kingdom, home to the Emerald City of Oz. She snuck in on a wild cart of visitors from Gillimuir who had come traveling up the coast. Agatha stowed herself under their luggage. By the time they reached the yellow brick road on the outskirts of Emerald City and dismounted in the market jammed with nosy tourists, the sky was dark enough for Agatha to slip out and blend into the crowd. A week ago, Agatha had read reports of Gillikin plugged by the snake's attacks, fairy-eating webs, carriage bombs, and rock nymphs that paralyzed the kingdom. The fair wee Queen of Gillikin and the Wizard of Oz, once rivals fouling for power, had been forced into a truce, both appealing to Tetris of Camelot for help. Now, with the snakes supposedly dead as Ryan's hands, Gillikin had pledged its allies to Camelot's new king, and its thoroughfares pursued once more, the people of the woods no longer afraid to go about their lives. Agatha had chosen to come to Gillikin for a few reasons. First, because it was the newest ever kingdom to Avalon and home to the invisible fairies who had once sheltered her from the schoolmaster zombies. And more importantly, because it was a melting pot of immigrants from all over the woods, determined to find their way into Emerald City and win an audience with the wizard. Among such a motley mob, Agatha figured that she was bound to soothe out news of Camelot as well as of Tetris and her friends. At the same time, with so many people clogging the yellow streets, clamoring for a confetti green ticket into Emerald City, either you won one by lottery or you scrapped one from a donkey vendor, Agatha assumed that she'd go unnoticed. Which turned out to be a mistake. Everywhere she looked, there were wonder posters in different languages fixed to the market stalls, glowing in the torchlight. Wandered alive, by order of the Wizard of Oz and the King of Camelot. Reward, meeting with the wizard, and white in his balloon. As the wizard only granted a few meetings a day, the search for Agatha had become a manic treasure hunt. Vendors hawked magical Agatha vision goggles to spot her, luminescent lion lassos to capture her, Tetris voice boxes that imitated the prince's voice to bait her, false crystal balls to track her, even maps of Gillikin with notations where Agatha had supposedly been spotted. If I miss the wizard, I'm gonna ask him for a new leg.